You don't have to sweat harder, but according to this study, you can actually get more out of your workouts just by putting on some headphones. Hey, Mark McKillier here with Live Anabolic, and today I got a bunch of tips for you guys on how to increase your performance during your workouts. And I promise you're going to like these 5 tips because none of them require actually having to work out harder and expend more effort. They're all just simple, common sense ways to get more out of your workouts. All right, number 1. I've talked about this in other videos. I thought it was just kind of a common sense thing that I've found to be useful, but I actually ran across a really interesting study online here, and that is listen to music. So guys, I'm gonna read you, not the entire abstract here, but I just highlighted a single paragraph that I think you're gonna find really interesting. So, this comes from a study done by the International Journal of Physiology, Pathophysiology, and Pharmacology, all right? So that's the group that did it. And it's titled Effective Music Tempo on Exercise Performance and Heart Rate. All right, very beginning here, kind of the introduction. It says, music captures attention, triggers a range of emotions, alters or regulates mood, increases work output, heightens arousal, introduces states of higher functioning, reduces inhibitions, and encourages rhythmic movement. All right, it goes on and just the last sentence, it sums it all up by saying, music has ergogenic effect as well. It increases exercise performance, delays fatigue, and increases performance in endurance, power, and strength. Wow, okay. I knew that I enjoyed listening to music when I go to the gym and work out. And of course, I use it with headphones because the music they play on the speaker system there just drives me crazy. But it made the workouts go quicker, all right? It just seemed easier. And I never really could put it into words why or how, but I ran across this study online that kind of summed everything up. So guys, music doesn't require any extra effort, all right? You don't have to sweat harder, but according to this study, you can actually get more out of your workouts just by putting on some headphones. All right, this is another easy one. You're gonna think it's boring, all right? But I promise, I know I don't do enough of it, and that is you gotta drink water. You have to hydrate. And I don't mean just wake up and have an 8-ounce glass of water in the morning, okay? That ain't gonna cut it. You need to be drinking throughout the course of the day, all right? So if you get to the point like I am right now, I'm actually thirsty, I have a little cotton mouth going, that's too late. That means I'm already dehydrated. And guess why? Last night I went out on a date and I had way too much alcohol. So it takes me a full day, the entire next day of drinking all day long to catch up to where I should be, where I normally am, all right? So guys, if you're the type of guy that comes home and has a couple, 3 glasses of wine after work or a couple of mixed drinks, you're probably dehydrating yourself because alcohol is a diuretic, just like coffee is, any kind of caffeinated drink. So guys, if you're drinking a couple of cups of coffee in the morning, if you had some alcohol last night, it's gonna be much harder for you to be properly hydrated. So that means you're gonna really have to force yourself to drink water. And I got a huge mistake going on right here. There's no glass of water. So all I have to do is keep a glass of water, even if I'm not thirsty. I will just naturally grab that thing and drink without even consciously thinking about it while I'm working on the computer. And after about 15 or 20 minutes, I'll look over and the water's gone. I don't even notice myself drinking it. Now remember, I'm telling you, I'm not that thirsty, all right? So I'm not forcing myself, it's just there. So if you always keep a glass of water within, arm's reach, you will find that you just kind of subconsciously are drinking that throughout the course of the day, and that will really help. Because if you're not properly hydrated, your muscles are not nearly as efficient at contracting, and your central nervous system doesn't work nearly as well. All right, number 3, it's another easy one, requires absolutely no extra physical exertion. And that is just experiment with some supplements. There's tons of stuff out there in the market. One supplement with air quotes around that would be caffeine. All right, so If you guys are working out in the morning or in the early day, early afternoon, then, you know, really experiment and see how your body reacts to caffeine. My body likes it, okay? So I really enjoy that caffeine kind of pick me up, okay? Don't use caffeine if you're one of the guys that has to work out after work at night. Okay, now you can try it once or twice and see if it affects your sleep, because remember, sleep is real important. If it doesn't affect your sleep, more power to you, you're one of the lucky guys. If I take caffeine, coffee, say it's 7 o'clock at night, if I want to go do a late workout, it ends up kind of screwing with me later on. And then also, check the link below this video. We got a really cool non-caffeinated supplement, okay, called Anabolic Pump, and it won't keep you up, so you can take it late at night if you happen to be working out late. And it works in a completely different way than coffee or some caffeinated pre-workout does, and it's got some ingredients in there that act as a vasodilator, which means your arteries and your veins dilate, they get bigger, which makes it easier to pump blood through them. And then there's some other ingredients that increase the nitric oxide production in your body, which makes you much more alert, all right? And you can focus and you can get that mind-muscle connection working a lot better. So just click on the link. I mean, I can't even remember all the ingredients that are in it, but if you click on that particular supplement, Anabolic Pump, on our website, it'll bring up a long list, a really well done backgrounder on the product, and it kind of gives you all the really cool things that you get from that deal. So, and then guys, you know, some of y'all are not going to see any benefit from supplements. That's what this is kind of something I always like to mention, because I don't want to push supplements real hard, and that is, if you're one of the small minority that can't feel the difference, then just let us know. That's fine. Just send us an email and we'll refund your purchase. So there's absolutely no risk basically in trying this stuff. All right, guys, number 4 requires no physical effort, but it takes a little bit of planning and organization. That is, you need to keep a journal or a log or something like that, all right? I want you to keep track of your workouts, all right? You don't have to be crazy detailed about it, but you need to know how much weight you're doing in your workouts, how many reps, how many sets, how long you're resting if you're doing circuit style workouts. So you need to know all that so that you can track your progress from week to week and month to month. And then the other cool thing is you can push yourself, okay? A lot of you guys, like me, work out by yourself. So having a journal or a log, okay, is a good way to work out against yourself, your former self, all right, from last month, right? I used to do this a lot about a year ago. Okay, so I was getting ready to shoot a really cool new workout program called Warrior Strong. I had my Marine buddy coming down. He's 30 years younger than me. And we had COVID had kicked in and they'd shut the gyms down. So I was creating some really cool workout programs for myself in my garage. And I would write them on the whiteboard, okay? And then I would literally time myself. How long would it take me to do, 5 circuits? And these are long circuits, okay? And I would take a picture of the whiteboard with my phone, and then I could do it again next week. So I'd just pull up a picture on my phone. All right, this is what I did last week. I would do the same workout again, and I would time myself. It was really cool. It was a really cool way of pushing myself. And I could see that I was actually getting faster, okay? So, guys, if you're not keeping track of this, you're really doing yourself a disservice. And all these workout programs, Fit After 50 and all of Gary's Ripped After 40 and those kind of things, they have on the right-hand side of the page next to all the exercises a big blank spot for notes where you can just write all this stuff down. So it's super simple. It doesn't take but a few seconds. Just give it a try. I bet you're going to think it's really fun. All right, number 5, the last one. Another non-exertion related tip, but this actually is a little tougher, and that is nutrition. Guys, you have to eat better. All right, so I realize this is easier said than done, but it's also really not that hard, right? Nobody can force you to eat crap, right? It's up to you what goes in your mouth. So if you're not eating really good, healthy, whole foods with the right mixture of protein and carbs and fat, if you're not getting all that, on a daily basis, guys, then your mind-muscle connection, your central nervous system, the muscles themselves are just not going to be able to perform nearly as well, okay, as if you're eating really, really healthy. That's why all these professional athletes and Olympic athletes are crazy anal about what they eat. I mean, they got, big time dietitians and coaches telling them exactly what to eat, just practically every single bite, okay, of the day. So they know why it's so important. So you need to also know that. So if you're doing like intermittent fasting, okay, and your last meal is say 8 o'clock at night, and then you don't eat again until noon the next day, but you're working out at say 8 o'clock in the morning, well, you need to make sure your dinner last night really was good and had a great mixture, of everything in it. Carbs, really high quality protein, enough good healthy fats, so that the next day your body will still have enough nutrients in your system to be able to push yourself hard, okay? Now you can still have coffee in the morning, remember, that won't break your fast. And if you're working out later in the day, of course it's much easier, your lunch and your snacks need to be real healthy. But guys, if you're eating crap, your workouts are going to be crap, right? It's just like putting crappy gas in my race car, all right? The motor will not run nearly as good. So it is critical that you pay attention to everything going in there. All right, so hopefully you got some valuable information out of these tips. And then do us a big favor. We're trying to boost the reach of this channel, of our YouTube channel. So, hit that like button, share this video with some of your friends. There's a share button down there also. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these videos. We're coming out with this stuff all the time. Gary and I are putting out some really cool content. And then finally, guys, remember, you have to always stick with it and never give up on yourself.